Hello my friends, my mirror's in the way right now. So today I am going to be doing a chatty get ready with me video because that was requested on my last video, and I'm going to be doing the look that I was wearing in my last pregnancy update. So usually in these videos, or the last time I did this video, which was like a while ago, I usually kind of have a topic that I want to talk about, and I just kind of talk about that the whole time I'm doing my makeup and stuff. So I have a topic picked out, but first, before I start talking about that, I need to get my lip balm real quick. Sorry, I'm so out of breath. I literally just walked out of this room to the living room and got this. The thing that I wanted to address is that I cut my hair. I've been kind of doing like more protective styles and kind of just keeping my hair out of the way, and honestly, I haven't been wearing my hair in ways that you can actually see my hair in a very long time. I did in fact do a big chop. I decided to on Friday night, but I went to sleep and I was like, okay, I'll do it the next morning. I'll do it tomorrow, like see how I feel and stuff. Still wanted to do it, so I decided to cut off all of my relaxed ends. Since the last time I got a relaxer was in February, I believe. And I did make a video about my hair story. I'll put a link to it on the screen right there. And just talking about like how long I've had a relaxer and all that stuff. I guess I'll go ahead and start doing my makeup. If I start talking in an accent, because I've been watching too much Walking Dead and literally I keep doing my Rick voice. Everything will be listed down below. I'm gonna use this primer. I like putting it on the back of my hand. It's a very glowy primer. I am just going to use this to put it in the places that I usually highlight my face. But before I do that, I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Yeah, so in my hair story video, I have talked about when I got a relaxer for the first time and why I kind of continued to get relaxers, you know, just like the convenience and stuff. The fact that I was going to start transitioning. Now in that video, I didn't like give a specific date of when I was planning on doing the big chop because I didn't know exactly. And honestly, I didn't know how long I was gonna last with the whole transitioning thing, because there are so many people who like make YouTube videos and they like transition for like 2 years. Like if you've ever watched Journey to Waist Length Hair, I believe that's what her channel is. She transitioned for like 2 years, I think. And her length retention is amazing, but I just don't have the patience. And I think especially now since I'm pregnant, like it's even more so that I'm just like, okay, this is taking too long. I don't want to do this anymore. And I've always wanted to cut all my hair off anyway. So it's kind of something that I've been saying that I'm going to do. Like I've always been like, oh, I'm eventually gonna ut all my hair off. I don't know if you can tell right now, but I do have a lot of shrinkage right now. Like honestly, my hair looked a little bit better yesterday when I actually did it the first time. And then we went to Chris's parents for a Halloween party, and my hair looked a little bit better because I actually had like styled it in like finger coils and stuff, and it looked a little bit better. It's a little bit more frizzy right now. I'm gonna go ahead and take my foundation, and I'm mixing two of these together. I wasn't sure if I was going to transition for a while and then kind of gradually cut my hair off, and I was totally fine with my hair as long as it was not visible. Later on, I was just kind of like, well, what's even the point, you know? If I'm going to just cover it up, why not just cut it off? You know what I'm saying? Like that's my logic anyway. Since February, I was doing protective styles, kind of keeping it so I would keep my hands out of it, basically. So I wouldn't be able to see it and look at it and be like, okay, I can't do this, I need to cut it off. Because I knew that if I left it out for a long period of time, I would feel like that. Case in point. The first few months of transitioning wasn't too bad. It was something that I could deal with because I had kind of stretched out my relaxers before, so I could deal with it at that point. It wasn't too much new growth. Like I could still kind of blend my hair and cover it up, you know what I mean? Before Chris and I went on our honeymoon in June, I got box braids. My mom helped me do box braids on my hair, and I did that just so, again, I would keep my hands out of my hair, and I was gonna be going to the beach and going swimming and stuff, so I kind of wanted to have an easy style so I wouldn't have to, you know, think about it while I was enjoying my time on vacation. I ended up not keeping them in as long as I wanted to, just because I wasn't familiar with like actually how to take care of them. Ended up taking them out when I got back from vacation. I kind of left my hair out. I think I straightened my hair like a few times after that. And then I got box braids again. This time I did them by myself. And that was the last time that I had box braids. And basically in between those times where I had box braids and like my hair was straightened and stuff, I was wearing my hair in a bun. It pretty much might as well have been me not having any hair because you couldn't see it. My plan was I straightened it before I got box braids, and then I put my box braids in, then I took them out, and then I planned on leaving my hair out, kind of leaving it alone, doing like protective styles and stuff, just like with my own hair for maybe like a week or two, and then I was gonna go and ask my mom to help me do box braids again. So I ended up actually straightening my hair again sooner after getting box braids than I was originally planning to. That was just because we had picture day at work, which, logic. We had picture day at work, so I just wanted my hair to be in a style that was easier for me to manage than my transitioning hair. Because literally, every time I would have my natural hair or my transitioning hair, the two different textures, I would almost feel like disgusted in a way, and that sounds like, I feel like that sounds like really weird. I'm gonna get some concealer and conceal certain areas of my face, even though that foundation gave me some pretty good coverage. I would just be frustrated and annoyed, and you can ask Chris too. I was just like, I'm so done with this. I'm so tired of my hair. I would literally say, I hate my hair all the time. And it wasn't that I hated my hair necessarily, and it wasn't even necessarily that I like hated it. It was just that I felt like there wasn't anything that I could do with it. I felt like I just didn't know what to do anymore, and I didn't feel like spending time trying to figure it out. Like, I'm a very impatient person, and pregnancy has just made me like even more of an impatient person. That just was not something that I wanted to be spending my time on. And then also a factor of it was like filming videos, like getting back into filming. I was just like, okay, what am I gonna do with my hair when I film? Like, I don't know what to do with it anymore, because after I took my box braids out the first time, I had so much new growth. I was like shocked. What do I do with all this like natural hair that I'm having, and then these long, stringy, relaxed pieces that look ratchet as hell? If I put time and effort into it, which I didn't feel like doing, I could make it work. The thing is, I just didn't want to put time and effort into it. One thing that kind of had me more focused on my hair was the fact that we have had a lice outbreak in my at my work. Not in my classroom, but close enough. That's just terrifying, like, to me. I had a dream that I had lice, and it freaking kept me up for like an hour or two, because like, I hate bugs. And the fact, like, the thought of having bugs in my hair, on my head, on my body, that I can't like necessarily see, oh no. I feel like that was kind of making me like paranoid about my hair and stuff, and like it felt itchy all the time, but I didn't want to wash it all the time, because when my hair was transitioning, if I got it into a style that I could deal with, I didn't want to wash it again and then just kind of go back to square one. I'm gonna do like I did in my last Chatty Get Ready With Me video. I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and then I will come back to everything else. My toe itches so bad, man. Jeez. God, it's horrible. Okay, I'll be back. So I finished with my eyebrows and I'm just going to go ahead and do my concealer, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and powder my face because it's looking real greasy. I was just really getting fed up with the amount of effort it was taking to make my hair look manageable, and I felt like I was just getting to the point where I was damaging it more than I would have liked to. Now, before I actually did that on Friday night, the night before, I was kind of nervous, I guess, because this was like the first time that I felt like I was actually serious about it. Like I wasn't just saying, oh, I'm gonna cut all my hair off. No, I was actually like very serious about it. Started researching things online about like different styles and how to actually do a big chop, which there aren't very many videos on actually telling you how to do it. It was funny because I had told Chris the night before, and I've been saying for like as long as we've been together that I'm going to cut all my hair off. And especially the last few months, I've been like, okay, I'm tired of my hair. I'm gonna cut all my hair off. I'm gonna shave my head, blah, blah, blah. And he's just been like, okay, sure, whatever. Not really believing me. So he was just like, okay, whatever. And like I said, I was kind of nervous about it for very stupid reasons. And I guess they're not stupid reasons. I guess they're very valid reasons. But we don't know the gender of our little whaley yet. So the way that I was thinking about it is, I guess no matter what the gender is, but mainly if it's a girl, I don't want her to feel like she needs her hair to feel pretty. And I've never really thought about it consciously myself. I don't know, I've never really thought that I've been like attached to my hair or like really felt like my beauty depended on whether I had good hair or long hair or not. I've told my mom, I've said to my mom before, just like I've said to Chris, like, oh, I'm gonna cut my hair off eventually. And I told her, like, I think that was when I was transitioning, when I told her that I was going to start transitioning. And she was kind of like, why? It's so pretty. It's what really makes you pretty. She wasn't saying it to be mean, but the fact that she said that, I was just kind of like, wait, what? The fact that this stuff growing out of my head is what makes me pretty. It makes me look acceptable. Makes people like me more. I forget the word that I'm trying to, racially ambiguous. I did have relaxer and I would wear it curly all the time. Like it kind of made me look a little bit more racially ambiguous and exotic, if I may say. Why is this a thing, you know? And I don't want, whether I have a son or a daughter, I don't want them to feel like they're defined by how they look on the outside. Like that's not what it's about. And I mean, that's what my mom has taught me, taught me and my sister. Like it's not about what's on the outside that matters, it's the inside that matters. Do I want to set that example for my child? Do I want to set that example for possibly my daughter, that I need this in order to feel pretty, I need this in order for people to like me? No, I don't, because I'm not even showing it really anyway. Like I'm just putting box braids in, I'm just straightening it. Like I'm not that that's a bad thing. Like I'm probably still gonna do that once my hair gets like longer and stuff, but I'm gonna do one of my eyes and then I will be back to do the other one. So I did this eye and I'm going to go ahead and start on this one. If I could find my eye primer. Oh, there it is. So I'm gonna take a light brown color and just put that in my crease to start out with. Well, not with this brush. I don't know what I was doing with that. And I'm gonna take a color that's like 2 shades darker than that. Put that on the outer corner. I guess that was just my main focus when I was thinking about why I wanted to do it. And it's funny, since I've gotten pregnant, it's like everything that I think about doing, I think about, would I want my future child doing this? How would I tell them about this situation? I would want to have a son that does not define a woman's beauty by her hair texture or her hair length or what she looks like. I know everybody has preferences and stuff like that, but that shouldn't be the ultimate be all end all, you know what I mean? And then for my daughter, I want her to be able to feel like she is free to be herself. She is free to be who she was made to be. That's why I started transitioning in the first place. Like, this is not me. I have this hair, this nice hair when I had relaxed hair. I'm gonna take this cream eyeshadow and just put it on the part of my lid that I didn't put the crease colors on. But I had pretty nice hair when I had a relaxed hair, not gonna lie. And it was actually pretty healthy for relaxed hair. I know there's like people who will be like, oh, if you have relaxed hair, your hair is not healthy, but why would I want to give that up? You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna take my, this eyeshadow. I'll put the name of it down below, but I'm gonna spray my brush before I use this. And the whole reason why I kind of was like thinking about transitioning and stuff is because getting your hair done is expensive. Like, no matter what you're doing, like unless you're just getting like a cut or something, like getting relaxers is expensive and it adds up. Moving out, living with Chris and having to be financially responsible for more of my life, it just made me think about what are the things that I need, what are the things that are really important. And relaxers were not like that high up on the list. Like, I was totally cool with like stretching it out as much as I could and kind of giving my hair a break because relaxers are damaging. And then I talked about that in my hair story video. I had an incident where my scalp was burned. It kind of made me think, like, why am I doing this? My husband loves me for who I am, and I mean, he of course liked my hair. Like, that's how he met me, like with my curly hair, my longer curly hair and stuff. He even told me, like, when I would tell him that I was gonna cut my hair, and I think he knew that I was kind of unsure about it, and I was like, are you sure? Are you sure you'll be okay with this? That was like the main thing, is that I was so worried about other people's opinions and what they would think about it. Like, I was even thinking about the night before, I was like, what are people at work gonna think about? Because I mean, I've had people at work being like, oh, your hair's so pretty. And it's just like, you can't really see my hair. You don't really know what's going on. I wanted to make a change for myself, and I am the type of person who, like, I love changing things, like, about myself and about my hair and stuff, and like wearing different styles and stuff. And it's been a long time since I've cut my hair. Well, I did cut my hair, I think at the beginning of the year. It was around the same time that I had that incident. I have been wanting to cut my hair for the longest time. Like, I've been itching. I've had that itch to just cut it all off. And I was even thinking, like, oh, okay, once the baby's born, before the baby's born, I'll get box braids, just so it'll be a little bit easier when the baby is here, and then I will cut it off because it'll just make it more convenient. And I kept giving myself these like deadlines and stuff, and it's like, why? No matter how many times I would say, I want to cut off my hair, I hate my hair, I don't like how this looks, I don't want to deal with this anymore, blah, 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 I still wouldn't do it because I was scared of what other people were gonna think, what my mom was gonna think, what people at work were gonna think, what Chris was gonna think, what I was gonna think, because I am very like, I'll do something and then I will complain about it. And that's what Chris was saying to me. He was like, I don't want you to be complaining about it if you don't like it. Being so concerned about what everybody else is going to think about my hair. Why would the length or texture of my hair have anything to do with who I am as a person? And I don't know why we as women put so much into this stuff that's on our heads. And especially as a black woman, like I feel like there's like a certain way that I have to look, or I feel like I have to look to be accepted by other people. It's so silly because that's not the type of person that I am. It really isn't. I've always been making YouTube videos or homeschooling, getting married young or whatever, doing whatever I want to do. And I want to be able to look back and be like, you know, that was nice. That time was nice having hair that was probably a little bit easier, a little bit more manageable, I guess, that I'm more used to, I guess I should say. I've come to another chapter in my life and it's time to move on, be more in touch with myself. Oh my gosh, I got a stain on my shirt. Dang it! Why am I wearing white? Not the version of myself that I've kind of, I guess, created that's like acceptable for everyone else, but the version of myself that I am happy with and that I will be able to look back and be like, okay, that was really me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my eyeliner and my mascara and I'll be right back. Chris has decided to start backing me in the floor, so I'm gonna try to talk louder until he's done. I just did my mascara and eyeliner on my upper lash line because I'm gonna wait for this to dry and then I'll do the mascara on my lower lash line. I'm just going to contour it with my e.l.f. Cool Bronzer. I'm going like right on top of my cheekbones because I find that that looks a little more flattering on my face than going like under my cheekbone because I feel like that's too low. I've never been so attached to my hair that I've like cried whenever I've cut it. Like I've been cutting my hair since I was very young. I used to cut my doll's hair. That's like why I wanted to go to cosmetology school, is because I quite enjoy cutting hair. And also the reason why I ended up doing it myself instead of like going somewhere to do it, because I was looking at possibly going somewhere. I mean, I figured it would be pretty self-explanatory. Hey, just cut off my relaxed ends and make it kind of even and into a shape. And I'm probably gonna end up doing that sometime, just because my hair is a little bit uneven still, and I do have a little bit like a few straight ends. Chris actually helped me cut off some of the straight ends that I had kind of hanging at the bottom of, or like hanging from like the edges of my hair. But the last time that I went to get my hair done, basically someone talked me out of it. The guy who was doing my hair, who burned my scalp, he was totally fine with cutting my hair. He was like, you want to cut your hair? Okay, we'll do this. But a woman came over and she was like, are you sure? And I'm just gonna say, she's African American, so I'm not sure if that had something to do with it. A lot of African American women are very, they want to keep their length because I know it's harder to grow out, but I've never been attached to it. Just like having so many people kind of being like, are you sure you want to do this? I was just kind of like, you know what, no, whatever. But then I ended up going home and cutting it to the length that I wanted it to be anyway. So I'm very comfortable cutting my hair. Bronzer, and I'm gonna bronze up my face with this. As I started doing it, because I just decided to do like a little piece at first, and then kind of, I guess, see how I felt, I guess. Obviously, I kept going, and at a few points, Chris would come into the bathroom and he was like looking at me just kind of like, just because he was like, are you going to regret this? I think I was wearing this one. This one's a Kiko blush. It's supposed to be like a dupe for NARS Orgasm. So it has that gold shimmer in there. I just kept going. I wasn't really thinking about it as I was doing it. I was just kind of doing it. I mean, there was like a certain point that I got to that I was like, oh God, I look crazy. Like I had my hair sticking up all over the place. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my face with my favorite highlighter, Champagne Pop, of course. If I can freaking open it, I never can open this. When I was finished with it, when I washed out my deep conditioner, I was like, what now? What do I do now? So of course I went onto the YouTubes and looked up how to style a TWA. And I did finger coils, which pretty much still have them all in there, but they're just a little on the frizzy side now because of course I slept less. Even though I'm still I'm getting used to it, and it's definitely a learning curve because I've never had short hair before and I've never had natural hair before. Completely natural hair since I was 7 or 8, which is crazy to think about because, again, going back to the fact that now that I'm going to be a mother, I cannot imagine putting a relaxer on my child's head. I'm gonna line my lips, so I should probably stop talking for a second. I'm gonna take a soft matte lip cream and I'm gonna put that all over our lips. I don't want anybody to think that I'm like hating on anybody for having a relaxer or anything. Trust me, I know. I was so tempted the last time I washed my hair. I was like, I don't know how much longer I can do it. It's either gonna have to be cut or somebody's gonna have to very quickly get some box braids in here. And I just decided to go with going ahead and cutting my hair. I felt like I'm at a place in my life where that's just like the natural thing that was supposed to happen next. Like I was supposed to do that. I don't regret it. I think that it was a really good decision. Yesterday when I was doing my hair, I was getting really annoyed because I've never dealt with having like thick hair before, and I've never dealt with having short hair before, and although in some ways it was easier to manage, in other ways it was a lot more difficult to manage because I'm not used to it. That's pretty much all that I wanted to talk about. I'm talking your ear off. I hope this video isn't like a million years long. If you have a relaxer, that's awesome, and if you enjoy it, that's great. I enjoyed having a relaxer, I'm not gonna lie, how easy it was to just be able to like, literally I could wash my hair and then put it in a braid or, put it up in a bun, put it in a ponytail, whatever, it didn't matter. And that feeling of having freshly relaxed hair is just like, you're a new person. I'm out of that stage of my life and I'm in this new chapter that I feel like I'm I don't know, this sounds cheesy. I feel like I'm kind of growing up and I feel like this is what I need right now. This is who I'm supposed to be. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of it down below. And if you guys would like to see more Chatty Get Ready With Me videos, also let me know. And if you have any topics that you want me to talk about, let me know. Or else I'll just keep on coming up with topics on a whim. Also let me know if you have any other looks that you'd like to see. And that's pretty much it. I should probably go before I I can't even talk anymore. I will see you guys in the next video. I love you.